Hey girlfriends, welcome back to the channel for another video this week. If you're new here, my name is GeranikaMycia, but all my friends call me G. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back this week, girl, and clicking up on my face. Now, if you haven't already, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure to follow me over on Instagram, girl, for all of the fabulous updates, okay? And come back each week for weekly uploads. So in today's video, I'm back with another Fashion Diaries top 5. Now, today I'm going to be sharing my top 5 pairs of shoes in my wardrobe. Now, just a little backstory, y'all. I just came back from New York, and actually, can y'all believe the top 5 actually saved my life, okay? Because in New York, one thing about New York, shopping is a must, okay? And sometimes you just get in the moment and you just buying stuff that you really don't need, okay? So I stopped over to Century 21, and when I tell you I was up in there, y'all, for about an hour. Just, it was like shoe heaven. Bottega shoes for $150. So the whole time there was this part of me over here that's like, Geranika, you're going through a wardrobe revamp right now. You don't need this. You just like the price. You don't really love the shoe. Girl, get to the register, and then it was just screaming. I had, I think, 8 pairs of shoes. Ridiculous, I know. So I told the girl, hold on, let me just sit with these shoes, y'all. I actually walked out with none, because the whole time I'm trying them on, I'm like, would this be in your top 5? The answer was no. I like the price. Would this be in your top 5? No, I like the price. So these are my top 5 pairs of shoes that no matter what's going down, I'm gonna need these to be in the collection, whether I'm starting over or I'm traveling. Usually when I travel, at least one of these shoes, they're in the suitcase. So if you're interested, girl, keep watching. So the first shoe that's on my top 5 is definitely going to be the Saint Laurent Page platforms. Girl, I have 4 pairs of these shoes. So I have the black in suede, and I have the same in brown. The brown was actually the shoe that turned me on to this shoe, the Page platform. When I first saw the brown, I was like, oh my God. When I got it and saw how comfortable it was, and anything that's a platform and it's gonna wrap around my leg, like tie up, because I feel like anything that tie up around your ankle, girl, is so sexy, and it just adds such a feminine touch to a shoe. And it's high with a platform. Sign me up. Now these just kind of like fell in my lap, and I just couldn't leave them because I think I got both of these on sale. The gold came back, it was like a year later, and it came back in stock. It was one left on probably Farfetch or something like that. Of course I got it, and I got the red. Now the red, it was just a fun shoe. I was like, oh, why not? Because I love the Page platform. This shoe, y'all, I love so much. Like I said, anytime I'm traveling, even if it's in the fall, winter, because in the South, girl, it don't get that cold here, I still pull these out. So these are like a all year round shoe for me. Now these, I kind of like pull these out maybe like in the warmer months. The Page platform is definitely in my top 5, and this is definitely something that I personally would recommend purchasing. Now you can only get these shoes on the pre-loved market, but if you come across the Page platform, I would personally hop on it. When it comes to the Page platforms, a lot of people get this shoe confused with the Bianca. The Page platform is the original platform, Saint Laurent platform, and then I don't know why Saint Laurent discontinued the Page platform and then re-released the Bianca. Me personally, I'm not a fan of the Bianca. It's just a regular platform. I like the fact that, like, on the Page, it does have like this flared out heel. I just love this. The Bianca also does not have like this wraparound situation. It's just like a regular closure. I'm not a fan of the Bianca. Now you can still get the Bianca to this day. They constantly re-release it in different textures and styles and stuff like that. Me personally, I'm a Page platform girl. With the Page platform, I got this shoe in a plethora of sizes. This is a size 10.5. I usually buy this shoe anywhere between a 40 and a 40.5. This shoe, I would say it runs small. So clearly I sized up, because in platforms, I usually get like a 39.5. I got a 40 and a 40.5. So I would recommend sizing up if you find this shoe or if you're still on the hunt for this shoe. Next up is a shoe that had to make it to the top 5. When I purchased these shoes, I was kind of kicking myself because they were pretty pricey, and I was just like, oh my God, Geranika, you are absurd. You're crazy, okay? But the way I wear these shoes, y'all, I wear these shoes with everything. This is like my go-to pair of shoes when I want to be fashionable, when I want to be chic and add a little more oomph to it. Now these shoes can can also be worn in the fall, winter, or spring, summer because it's a booty, but it also can go as a heel. I love this shoe. The detail on this shoe, everything about this shoe is amazing. Now, I first saw these shoes on the Dior runway. I was watching a runway show years ago and I was like, oh my God. Now, this shoe also came in so many different styles, but this style right here, it just really stood out the most to me because I love how they have this arch going up the leg, and I can still wear anklets. I just thought this was perfect. The colorway, everything about this shoe was amazing. Also, this is a shoe I would recommend. Size up because I did get this in a 40. I wish I would have got it in like a 40 and a half, 41-ish, because it does run a little small. This is another shoe that you would have to get pre-loved, and I have been seeing it on the pre-loved market. For a fraction of the price that I paid, girl. I be seeing these shoes on a pre-loved market for like $300 or $150, and every time I see it, I just want to cry, okay? Because that's such a great price, and these shoes did not retail for $300 or $150. But these made it to the top 5, girl, because I definitely got my cost per wear when it comes to wearing this shoe. I wear this shoe out. When I first got these shoes, they actually was so tight around the toe box, and it hurt. I think I wore these in New York for Fashion Week. When I tell y'all, I broke these shoes in, and now they are so comfortable. So they definitely had to make it to the top 5. And look at the details. This is the type of stuff that I want in my my shoe collection, or top 5 or whatever. And when I was at Century 21 in New York, I just didn't get like a I want something that give me like that, like make me gasp for air, you know? I want something that I'm like, I don't care how much they cost, I want them, you know? And at Century 21, I wasn't getting it. I just was like, oh girl, for $150, how could I leave them? And I was like, Geranika, you're leaving them. So this right here, if I was to see these in the store, I wouldn't care if they're on sale or not. I would have to have these because it's just the details for me. And stuff like this is what I want to have in my my collection, my closet. And you guys heard me talk about it at the beginning of the video. I'm currently going through a wardrobe revamp, and that's so exciting for me. I feel like every time I go to New York, I do like window shopping, and I just go into these stores and try things on and just see what do I like now, because here in New Orleans I don't get to do that because we don't have like good shopping. So anytime I'm in New York, I'm gonna shop, whether I'm buying stuff or I'm not. I'm gonna go and see what I like, see what my style is now. And every time I come from New York, I literally leave and I'm like, okay, I need to do a revamp, and that's what I'm currently going through. So this is something that had to make it to the top 5 because I'm also letting go of some shoes, and a few of you purchased some of my shoes. So top 5. Next up on my top 5 list, I could not do this video without adding my Comme des Garçons Cortez, the collaboration that they did with Nike. I get so many questions about these shoes, y'all. I had to have both of them. Yes, ooh, they're heavy. I had to have both of them, and girl, to this day, people ask me about these shoes. You guys see them in the background and you're like, gee, what are those? These are actually a collaboration that Comme des Garçons did with Nike, and these came out years ago, and I actually was lucky enough to get both pairs. So I could not have these in the top 5 because these are also a pair of shoes when I want to be fashion forward, chic. I'm gonna pull these out because this adds like another layer of oomph to a look, okay? Especially in these I usually wear in like the summertime because it's like the perfect platform white sneaker, would give you a little zhuzh because it is the platform. And these I usually stick to like the fall, winter. Now these, the crazy thing is this, they may look like the same shoe, these are higher than this pair, and this pair runs slightly smaller than this. So it's crazy, but I would never part ways with these. These are shoes that no matter what I'm doing, one of these have to come with me on vacation, or if I had to start over, these had to be with me because this is like that girl shoe, okay? Let's just talk about these shoes. If you're on the hunt for these shoes, these shoes on the resale or pre-loved market is disgusting. I saw these shoes retail for up to like $2,000. Me personally, girl, I would not recommend paying that price for them. The most I would say, and this is gonna be crazy, the most I would say I'll pay for these shoes, maybe $500. And that's good because the pre-loved market is like sick when it comes to these shoes because this was such a hot collaboration. So me personally, I would not recommend buying these shoes upward of $500. Some people be like, I'm not paying $500 for it. If you're not willing to pay $500 for it, I don't think you'll get your hands on them because $5 is cheap when we're talking about getting these shoes. So If you can get them, I would recommend them. I would recommend sizing up because I do think they run a little small, but they're worth having because you'll definitely get your cost per wear with these. All right, so next up, I'm gonna have to put some mules in this top 5 because I am nothing without a pair of mules, okay? Especially a fur slide, a fur mule. I am nothing, okay, without a mule. And my favorite mules are definitely gonna be Gucci. So this is, I believe, the Gucci Princetown mule, and this, if I'm not mistaken, this is the Princetown, and this is the also Princetown, but these are the ones with okay, let's see if we can do this. These are the ones with fur. Now, I love wearing the fur ones during the fall, winter, which I don't really get to wear that much because it don't get cold here. But when it do get cold, I'm pulling these out. Now, these I would recommend for anybody's wardrobe. A Gucci mule is such a classic shoe to have in your wardrobe, especially if you're like just starting off when it comes to buying luxury or designer shoes. I personally would definitely recommend getting you a pair of Gucci mules or a loafer, because I feel like when it comes to a Gucci mule or loafer, they're timeless. I still have my Gucci Brixton loafers. I don't even wear them things, but it's just a shoe that I need to have in the collection or my closet for when I do need one. I don't know when I'm ever gonna need to wear those shoes again, but when it's time to pull out one pair of loafers, that's the only one I got, and that's the only one we gonna pull out. But when it comes to these, y'all, my go-to. Now this right here, I did get in a, without the fur, I got it in a 39.5. With the fur, I can only wear these in a 40.5. Now I would definitely recommend go a full size and a half up anytime you add fur, because it's a lot going on with this shoe, y'all. And if you try to get your regular size, they won't fit. They'll be too small. You'll be flipping and flopping all over the place. So you'll need to size up a full size and a half just to fit these with the fur. Now, if I had to keep, now don't get me wrong, these are so good. Now this is the original Gucci mule when it was doing real fur, and I believe this is like rabbit fur. This is the faux fur. If we've been honest, I don't love these. I don't love the way the fur look. That's why they're not that worn, okay? But I do love the print on these. I think the print is just gorgeous. I love it's like a pink and green, but this patent leather, girl, are you seeing this? This is definitely hands down my favorite Gucci mule. Love her to pieces. This is a shoe that I feel like if something was to go wrong, I lose this, I ruin this, because sooner or later the fur won't look like this, okay? This is a shoe I would definitely repurchase in a heartbeat, okay? I wouldn't think twice about repurchasing this shoe, because girl, let me tell you something. When it's cold outside, it could give me the slightest breeze. You can give me a 68-degree, she's pulling them out. I don't care where we're going, we pulling them out. It's so easy to look put together and chic. And then in the fall, winter, half of the time, girl, it's like the weather is bipolar. I don't know what it's giving. I'm cold at the top, hot at the bottom, hot at the bottom, cold at the top. So these mules just always is just perfect. So this right here, out of every mule I have, this is going to be my fave because it's patent leather, it's black, and it has fur. All of my favorite things in one shoe. Like, what more could I ask for? But I would definitely recommend for fall, winter, invest in you a good Gucci mule, girl. This is something that you will not regret purchasing. You will have in your collection for years and years and years to come. When I say years, I mean years. There's people I know, when I used to work at Saks, there was people who would have like Gucci loafers, and they'll be like, girl, I had these shoes for 10 plus years. And what I love about a Gucci mule or loafer, when you wear them, they just give, I love a aged Gucci mule or loafer because something about it, it just looks so, it has character to it. I don't know. I love when the shoe doesn't look so perfect and it just has a little more character because it's aged. Like when I'm in New York, you see Gucci loafers and Gucci mules all over the place, and they also look a little worn, which I like that look. I don't know, something about it, I like it. So this is also a shoe I would highly recommend. 10 out of 10, girl. Cop you a few. Now I can't lie, this is another shoe that I would not mind. I probably add another pair this year into my collection because last year I was about to add one and I was like, you don't need this one, because I came across a print that I really did need in my collection. But this year I'm looking forward to adding a new color. I saw a brown. It was like this cognac brown Oh my god, so pretty, y'all. And it just looked like this aged cognac brown with the fur. If I can get my hands on them, I would definitely add them to my collection. So definitely in the top 5. The last pair of shoes should not be a surprise to anybody because hands down, this is my favorite pair of shoes in my entire collection. So if you know, you know. It is gonna be my Saint Laurent Cage booties. Like, first of all, can we just have a moment, because this is an archive piece. If you know, you know. And I was on a hunt for this shoe for about 10 years, 9 or 10 years, and I got them in such great condition. It was almost pristine condition. The person wore them once, and oh my god, when I tell y'all, I love these two pieces. Right now you can find this shoe, it's been duped a few times, I've been seeing, and also I believe a few other designer brands have recreated their Cage boot. I wouldn't care if it was Chanel or Saint Laurent re-released a Cage boot. I wanted this Cage boot because this right here, if you know, you know. I love everything about it, even down to, I don't know if you can see that, I love it. It's so nostalgic, I'll say that. Even the fact that they were still using the, I don't know if you can see that, hold on, let's see, they still were using like the YSL logo. It wasn't like just Saint Laurent. This is back when it was, they had the Yves at the front. Like, I love this for me. So this is like, girl, if I had to let go every pair of shoes in my closet, okay, and there's like, you have to, everything gotta go, and you can only take one, they're coming with me, okay? They're coming. We're gonna be holding each other like this, because this is a shoe that even looking at them, y'all, I get so excited. Like, when I get to wear them, I get excited. Now, they're not the most comfortable shoe, okay? When it comes to Saint Laurent, let's just be honest. Saint Laurent do not make comfortable shoes. I have yet, well, the Page platform is comfortable, but when it comes to heels, the arch to heel ratio, they just get it wrong every time, and the shoes are just so uncomfortable. But this shoe is a little painful. She's slightly painful, but child, I'd be like, I don't care, limping and happy, okay? Because I'm like, oh, archive piece, baby, every time I look down, I'm like, oh, it's so worth it, okay? It's just like, it's worth the pain. These are definitely number one in the top 5, okay? All right, girlfriends, so that is all that I have for this video. Hopefully these videos are super informative. When it comes to the fashion diaries, especially like the first part of the series, the fashion diaries, my top 5, I'm not just showing you guys these pieces just to show them to you. I want these videos to be very helpful and informative, because you guys are always asking me questions about pieces that I may have purchased years ago, and you may have seen me unbox it on my channel, but I didn't come back to give you guys a updated review or my thoughts and opinions on these pieces. So in my top 5 in the whole series of my top 5, I want these videos to be informative, and if you want to buy some of these pieces, hopefully these videos will help you decide if you want to purchase these pieces, and just to share my thoughts and opinions on pieces. Now, anything that did not make it into the top 5, it does not mean I don't love them. It just kind of means I can live without them. So hopefully that answers your question. If you're thinking about, okay, G, well, you didn't add this to the top 5. If I didn't add it to the top 5, girl, that means I can live without it, okay? So hopefully this series of the fashion diaries, the first part of it, top 5, is helpful to you guys. So if you enjoyed the video, my girl, go ahead, give it a big thumbs up, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you girls in the next one.